Welcome back, everybody, to What Do You Know with Nick and Devin. I am Devin.
And I'm Nick. There's always so much crescendo.
Yeah, you always just really punch your name in there.
I really want like a ba-dum-bum.
Like that?
Less funk.
Oh, less fun. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
Try it again.
I only have 4 sound effects built into this recording machine.
That's fair. Nice.
No joke there.
But just in case.
Just in case. So I want to ask you how you prefer to listen to music. Do you like to listen to it through headphones or in speakers?
I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't
really.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know that I've like thought about my preferential music hearing experience.
Okay.
I guess
You're making a really funny face right now. Just dragging your eye up across your skull.
I guess
you know when Yzma like goes.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Should be Yzma for Halloween. I think that I would love I think ideal would be like a surround sound, sort of like you feel like you're at a concert sort of experience.
Yeah.
But I think headphones.
Okay.
Because I like that. Yeah, I think headphones.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm going with.
Follow-up question.
Okay.
For your headphones, do you like them to be earbuds, over the ear, or on ear headphones?
What's an on-ear headphone?
So over the ear, kind of what we're wearing now, where they fully envelop your ear.
Oh.
On ear is more like, my best example would be Beats, where they just kind of like rest on your ear. They don't cover your ear, they're just there instead of being in your ear as well, like earbuds.
Like the old like 90s ones that kind of just like
with
softly,
the Walkman. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are on ear.
Okay.
For sure.
I think in order, I don't have them, but preferentially over ear, in ear, on ear. I hate on ear.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what's the point?
Yeah, I feel like I lose sound.
Yeah. It's just very uncomfortable.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
No.
Do you have more questions?
Just one more.
Okay.
Wired or wireless?
Wireless.
Okay.
The wires getting in the way, trying to move around, do things. Yeah. Because I'm assuming that when I'm listening to music, I'm like doing other activities. I'm not just like sitting there listening.
You don't do that?
No.
Okay.
I don't think unless I'm like watching like a concert or like a performance or something like that, I've never just like sat in one place and like listened to music. I'm usually like doing another activity.
Oh, okay.
Okay, flip that around. Do you
Absolutely.
just like sit there?
Yeah.
Not do anything, not think of anything else, you just listen to music.
Sometimes, yeah.
Is it like a calming thing or like a meditation thing or like a
no, I mean it's sometimes like if it's a band that I really like and they just put out an album, I just want to absorb the music, this art that they just put out. Other times it's just like a moment to chill and like hang out.
Never done it.
I mean, there have, of course, been times where I've been a little under the influence of certain things.
There it is.
When I've done it, which is definitely an experience.
Yeah.
But there have been times where I've just been like, hey, oh, great, this person just put an album. Let's listen to it and like listen to it.
Okay. I mean, I could see that, like that being enjoyable, especially because like we have the like the HomePod minis that we have are actually pretty good and like do kind of produce a surround sound. So like being able to do that, I just like, I feel like I would get too angsty. Be like,
you just need to do something.
Gotta do something.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like I like to go to like a park and just like sit. I like to go to a coffee shop and like just to sit and enjoy my coffee and not have anything in front of me.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Allie can't do any of those things. We're slowly introducing those things as a form of like, hey, let's chill out.
I feel like I want to be the person who like at a coffee shop is just like people watching. Yeah. But I feel like I need a backup. Like I could go with like a book. That's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could spend like an hour and a half just like sitting there, people
Oh,
watching?
I wouldn't say an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about how long it takes me to drink a cup of coffee and I'm gone.
10 minutes.
Iced coffee, done.
Well, okay, what about headset for you? Over, on, or in?
Definitely over ear, closed back, and for the audiophiles out there. And I could take wired or wireless.
Okay.
There's open back and closed back. And it's not like what goes around the back of your head.
I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking
It's the cases around the speakers part of the headphones. So you could have an open back where there's none of this plastic up here.
Okay.
And it allows for ventilation.
Okay.
So like if you get spotty ears.
But you don't. That's why you prefer closed.
Well, it allows ventilation, but then the sound is a little bit different for yourself as well. So like closed back, the sound will be more the sound waves while they're trying to escape don't get past, for the most part, don't get past this little plastic barrier and will bounce back into your head.
Okay.
And so with closed back, you'll kind of the music will sound more like it's coming from like all in your head.
Yeah.
Where if it's an open back and you don't have these plastic guards, it'll kind of sound like a more natural, like just kind of around you vibe. But you can also get sound pollution coming from other sources,
sure,
interrupting your listening experience.
I feel like I like the in-head sort of experience. Over the
ear, closed back. I like wire just because that means it doesn't run out of battery.
Fair.
But if I'm doing something, wireless.
Yeah.
Just to like, I feel like it provides me a more solid listening experience.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about? Speakers or music?
Yes. Well, no.
Okay.
Let me just ask you.
What do you know?
What do you know about Bluetooth?
Oh, not where I thought you were going with that.
Well, here we are. Bluetooth speakers and headphones.
I honestly don't. I know that it's a pairing mechanism to allow for wireless connection, and that's really it. I know what the symbol looks like.
Yeah, great.
And that's all I got.
Awesome.
Well,
for just a quick definition.
Yeah.
Bluetooth is short-range wireless technology that is used to exchange data between fixed and mobile devices over short distances.
Okay. Makes sense.
You're pretty much on the money there. So this technology uses UHF radio waves, ultra-high frequency radio waves, to create these personal area networks, or PANs. Bluetooth runs on 2.402 gigahertz to 2.48 gigahertz and typically has a range of 10 meters or 33 feet.
Okay.
I'm just getting out all the
stats.
Details,
yeah.
the nitty-gritty real quick. So this tech uses something called frequency hopping spread spectrum. So this is a method that allows the device to transmit data as packets of information.
Okay.
And then send each packet on one of 79 designated channels for the Bluetooth device, where each channel has a bandwidth of about 1 megahertz. And the device may perform 1,600 hops per second.
Okay.
This allows the device to transmit data at 2 megabytes per second. So it's a pretty good data transfer rate.
Sure.
But nowhere near as fast as Wi-Fi or any other type of wired connection.
I'm surprised that 33 feet is the max.
Yeah, there are some that you can go further.
Okay.
But a lot of it depends on your environment, like what kind of obstacles are in your way.
Sure.
Like if you have a couple walls in your way or whatnot, lead paint, all that fun stuff.
Lead paint. I meant in the sense of like that it can be that far. I feel like normally in our day-to-day Bluetooth thing experience, it's not that compatible.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's mostly because we're in buildings. We have a lot of other interference going on because it is using radio waves to communicate back and forth between the two devices.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of other interference going on from our day to day.
That makes sense.
So in a perfect world, perfect environment, 33 feet. Today, you can probably just make it maybe to the other side of the house if you're lucky.
Yeah. If you're in an open field.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But I really want to get into like how it was invented, how we came about with Bluetooth. So for that, we just need to go back to 1989, Lund, Sweden.
It's my favorite place.
Specifically
Specifically 1989.
Summer there.
Yeah.
And because this takes place with a lot of Swedish people, sorry about the names. I'm going to do my best. All right, so we're in 1989, Lund, Sweden, and we're going to check in with Niels Rydbeck, who was the CTO, Chief Technology Officer for the boys back home, at Ericsson Mobile. And he has the task to create short-link wireless headsets based off 2 different patents from Johan Ullman.
Okay.
So Ullman came up with this idea for wireless earpiece microphone headsets out of fear of what damage cell phones might do to people's heads.
So let's get them in there.
Yeah, so cell phones were very brand new technology at this time, and no one really knew what having these radios up to your head would do for all this time.
Fair.
So let's figure that out. So Rydbeck, again, the CTO, recruits Tord Wingren, Jaap Hartsen, and Sven Madison for specifying and developing this project.
Okay.
With this team, lots of development went into this project until finally, in 1997, the team has a workable solution.
8 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of R&D went into this.
Yeah.
So by 1997, we start to grow the band. So we have Adalio Sanchez, head of IBM ThinkPad R&D, research and development.
Yeah.
Hits up Rydbeck to collaborate, integrating a mobile phone into the ThinkPad notebook.
Okay.
We're all pretty familiar with a
Unfortunately.
ThinkPad.
I have one for work.
Yeah, you do. Very powerful. I know you hate it, but they're
so
really
much.
powerful pieces of technology.
I'm sure they're great for like the techies of the world who like need something like that.
Yeah.
I just don't. And I just want my Mac and I
know,
want to
you're
scroll between desktops
You can.
and no, I can't. No, I can't.
Okay.
I can't do it.
Okay.
My ThinkPad's different.
Okay. All right. So Sanchez and IBM, like I said, wanted to integrate the mobile phone into the ThinkPad. And just for everyone to keep in the back of their minds, at this time, mobile phones have only been around commercially for 14 years.
Oh, shit.
I believe the first one was invented in the early 70s.
Okay.
But again, like wasn't available commercially, like I said, until 1983.
Makes sense.
So engineers from both IBM and Ericsson determined that a cell phone needed to function was far too high to be able to integrate with the notebook while still having adequate battery life on both the cell phone and the laptop or notebook.
Got it. Excuse.
Well, a notebook and a laptop are different. A laptop is bigger and more powerful, and a notebook is really just for like Word documenting, essentially.
Really?
Yeah. And smaller.
Oh. But we just colloquially just call everything a laptop.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Other than my MacBook.
Right. Well, like that's why the laptop I'm using is the Chromebook.
Yeah.
It's a notebook because it's all just for web browsing and Word documenting.
That's fair. Like you wouldn't play games on that.
No.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So battery is going to be too high to run it.
Right.
From here, IBM and Ericsson agreed to utilize the new short link technology that Ericsson had been working on and developing to achieve IBM's goal. So IBM ThinkPad notebooks and Ericsson phones at this time weren't really the bulls of the market. So both companies agreed. They're like, hey, if we want to get this type of technology, this short link technology out to be able compatible with all of these other devices, we're going to have to open it up to the market.
Sure.
So Ericsson provided the short link radio technology, and then IBM supplied the patents around something called the logical layer.
Okay.
I'm not too sure what is, but from my understanding, the logical layer is kind of like the front end that hides all the messy back end stuff from the consumer.
Okay.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. Call him out. Call him out.
And so at this moment, we have the technology, we have these patents, but we don't have a market.
Okay. Yeah.
So now we need to call some friends in. And so 1998, we have in my notes, what is this, a crossover episode? An alternative bullet point is Avengers Assemble.
Both are just lovely.
Very 90s. Yeah.
Very 90s.
So Sanchez of IBM gets Stephen Knoxheim of Intel, who then goes on to recruit Toshiba and Nokia.
Oh, okay.
So we got the gang together.
Oh, yeah. We're getting the band back together.
And they're all collaborating to try to find out ways to integrate this shortwave technology into as many products as they could so we can have a market.
Sure.
By May of 1998, some sources say September, but I'm sticking with May. By May of 1998, the Bluetooth Special Interest Group, or SIG, was launched. It started with those first 5 companies that I listed prior, but it now has over 35,000 member companies.
Oh my God.
Huge. There's a reason why.
I was like, that's a lot of companies.
So the SIG oversees the development of standards and the licensing of Bluetooth technologies, as well as the trademarks to the manufacturers.
Sure.
So they're just making sure that the brand's good, the tech is being utilized properly, and whatnot. A manufacturer must meet SIG standards in order to market their product as a Bluetooth device. So any like product that you see the Bluetooth logo on, saying that it's Bluetooth capable and compatible, whatever, has to go through these SIG standards.
Okay.
The SIG doesn't make or manufacture any of these products. It is strictly there, like I said, to oversee the brand and technology.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. What's your question?
Is it a pretty like in-depth process to be able to carry that logo? Because I can't imagine what else you would just call it wire. You know what I mean? Like I can't imagine what the substitute is if you don't go Bluetooth.
Well, the thing is that there isn't really any other form of technology out there, at least as well known, where you could have these things compatible with other devices. The market of the Bluetooth essentially almost has a monopoly on shortwave technology like this.
Yeah.
Not shortwave, short link radio technology.
Oh, I was like, I think it's shortwave, short link. And this is why I wouldn't get the Bluetooth logo.
It's not as much of a process, I think, besides like making sure your product is able to use this technology.
Got it.
There is also a scaled membership fee to be for companies that want to incorporate the Bluetooth technology into their products.
Okay.
So you kind of have to be a member of SIG in order to get all this information. Individuals are not allowed to be part of SIG.
I think it's so exclusive.
Yeah, they have like, if you make under like X amount of hundred thousands of dollars, like you only have to pay like $35,000 a year. But if you make $1 million or more, you have to pay like $100,000 or something like that.
Oh, so they're rolling in it.
Well, that's the thing, too, is that SIG is a not-for-profit, non-stock corporation.
Oh.
Yeah, so all of their
money... How are
money
they breaking... Yeah.
goes into their own research, as far as I know.
Okay.
And further developing the Bluetooth technology. We're currently on Bluetooth 5.0.
Oh, shit. Is it a yearly membership, or is it a...
Annual.
That's nuts. Could you imagine not like forgetting to make your payment one year?
Well, like, how do you budget for that? It's like, well, all right, 40 grand is out every year. Like,
Yeah.
I can't count on $40,000.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I think like even for the larger corporations, like,
Right.
but also like for SIG, like you're making so much money.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of insane.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
you're supposed to be a nonprofit, like, okay.
Let's see how much that CEO's
Yeah,
making.
exactly. What's that bonus like?
So we're going to jump ahead a little bit to 1999. And by jump ahead a little bit, I mean just a year later.
I was like, okay.
In 1999, the first Bluetooth device was revealed.
Oh.
It was a hands-free mobile headset that earned the Best of Show Technology Award at Comdex, which is the Computer Dealers Exhibition.
Okay. Do you think people like freaked out?
100%.
Like they were like, "Where's the wire?" And you're like, "There is no wire."
Right, like they had a magician come out
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, there's a wire here, but there's no wire here."
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba.
Yeah. And it just had like Vegas performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, this was must have been huge. I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
People were freaking out at the first smartphone. So like, why not freak out at the first?
What do you think that'll be like for us?
Like
I've-
what I'm gonna freak out about?
Yeah. Like truly, because like the first like touch screen phone, insane.
Oh,
I
yeah.
totally get that, and I
Yeah.
get like we were around for that. I just don't think like we just didn't really fully grasp like what that
Yeah,
meant.
we were pretty young.
Yeah. So I wonder like for us, like what's the first thing that we're like, holy shit, like that's gonna change everything.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've kind of talked about this before, where we have grown up in such a like a expeditious growth in technology and
Yeah.
advancement, where like we went from the birth of Bluetooth to now we have working on self-driving cars.
Right.
And
Which do you ever get in a self-driving car?
no,
Same.
they get in, they make their own traffic jams. Just
I love the processors with the cones.
yeah,
Hysterical.
yeah. No, it's bad. And like I think if we hadn't lived in such a crazy time for technology, self-driving cars would be like, holy shit.
Sure.
A while ago, Google introduced a project that they've since tabled for now, Google Glass.
That's right.
Where it
I
was
think
like the
they're-
augmented reality glasses. They might be bringing it back.
I think so because of Apple.
Right, that weird like
Vision
headset.
Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of ugly, but it's fine.
It's so weird to look at. And it has a cord to it. I'm like, what
Right.
Ex
It's just
Machina
going
bullshit
up your
is
ass.
going on here? Yeah.
Powered by human flashlights.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think when Google first introduced their glass project, I was like, whoa, that's cool. And like, as soon as I got over the whoa, that's cool thing, I was like, oh, but everyone's going to be recording everybody all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already kind of doing that now, but this is going to be way less obvious. So I don't know. I don't know what technology it would have to be
Yeah.
that all of a sudden just like pops out at like a today's equivalent of Comdex
Yeah.
for me to be like, holy shit, this is going to change the world.
I think in my head, it's holograms. And we've had many a discussion about holograms. And I get
Yeah.
that that's very difficult to achieve. But I think for me, I'm just like, if we can, because I even think like, you watched Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah.
Like when they have the phones where they can like type on the thing, like,
Yeah, at the end of the
yeah,
show.
yeah. I'm just like, I think that's like insane.
Yeah. My problem with that, well, you'd have to have it as a mobile version, and I think that's the tricky part.
Yeah.
Because like you could probably have it at home, but then you're having you're back to a landline.
Right. Nobody wants that.
Right. I do like, this is kind of a longer tangent now, but it's fine. I do like seeing the pictures or the paintings of like from the 1920s or something like that, where it's like two women sitting at a cafe in a park, and they're getting served like sparkling water or something like that.
Sure.
And they have like headphones over their ears, and they're holding like a video screen, and they're talking, and like it's almost like they're holding like an old timey phone, where like you held the thing to your ear and like spoke into the box of the phone.
Yeah.
But they're holding that, and it has a video screen, and it's like, oh, this is what the future is going to look like in like 100 years.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's really fascinating to be like, yeah, that's actually what we do now. Because, like, there are so many people FaceTiming at inappropriate moments in the grocery store.
I hate it so much.
So we had the first Bluetooth device revealed at Comdex in 1999. The first Bluetooth mobile phone was the Ericsson T36, but that was later revised and commercially sold as the T39 model in 2001.
Got it.
First Bluetooth cell phone. IBM, our old pals there, launched the first Bluetooth integrated notebook in October 2001, the IBM ThinkPad A30.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What was the Bluetooth for in that regard?
They wanted to be able to connect to headsets, to your cell phone.
Got it.
To be able to transfer data from like, oh, I have my ThinkPad, you have yours. I'll be able to transfer you data. I'll be able to send you this Word doc wirelessly.
Right. Okay.
So we're starting to see the integration of this new technology into common devices.
Yeah.
So what comes next?
Mm.
We're trying to find ways from there. We're trying to find ways to implement this new tech into more devices and spread it even more so to the public. Sony Ericsson found out that Sony actually absorbed Ericsson, making it a subsidiary of Sony in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Had a small market in the mobile phone business, and they were competing greatly with Nokia and Motorola, who were dominating the market.
Yeah.
At the time. They were both U.S. companies. They both are U.S. companies. I don't know if Nokia is around anymore. They were probably absorbed.
I don't think it is.
So we zoom in to, we find Vosi Technologies, VOSI Technologies, founded by Ivano Stegmenga. Again, sorry about the names.
Great.
Filed a patent for communication between a mobile phone and a vehicle's audio system.
Oh,
Be able to
okay.
connect your phone.
Yeah.
Shuffle that bitch in your car. Remember that catchphrase? I
No.
do.
What? Whose catchphrase was that?
I said it like, I don't know, a couple episodes ago.
Oh my god. You've been full of all of these phrases that you make up.
I think it was going to go on one of our shirts.
Oh, one of the 11 slogans that we have?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So Vosi, the company, also had ideas for other devices that were to actually be the first smart home devices that we've come to love or hate today. But due to negotiations with Motorola in the late 90s, was unable to disclose any of that information regarding these inventions.
Got it.
So instead, Vosi utilized Bluetooth to develop the Vosi Cello, integrated vehicular system, along with came up with some other devices, which included a tabletop piece of tech that they were going to call the Vosi Symphony, similar to Alexa or your Google Home.
Got it. Okay.
But because of some legal battle between Vosi and Motorola, Vosi was unable to release any of these devices indefinitely.
Oh shit. So they immediately went under.
Gone.
Got it.
Yeah.
I like that Motorola wasn't even like, we'll buy you out. They were just like, no, you're out.
Well, shortly after all this,
Yeah.
Motorola began the implementation of Bluetooth in their own devices.
Yeah.
They saw the threat in the market and were like, shut this down. We're going to grab that business.
Amazing.
But, double-edged sword.
Double-edged sword. Double-bladed knife.
Double-bladed knife. Helped spread the technology to the public due to their large market share of mobile devices.
And at what point are we at this point? What year?
This is 2001.
So we haven't hit the razor yet.
No.
Hello, Moto. Hasn't started yet.
No.
Okay.
I believe that's now.
Okay.
Now that Motorola is implementing these things,
Yeah.
we're going to get into the race of making your cell phone smaller and smaller and thinner, and now it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
We love to see that go cyclical.
Yep, it's phenomenal. So Motorola, due to their large market share, is able to spread this technology to a lot more of the public.
Yep.
And because of that, there are now countless Bluetooth-enabled devices, from headphones, speakers, grill thermometers, video game controllers, and even sex toys.
I was waiting for you to bring that
up. Gotta bring him up.
Got him.
So the only thing really left to cover is, where did the name Bluetooth come from?
Yeah.
We went from short range wireless technology to Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I thought you were teeing this up.
For that, we need to go to the year 986 in Denmark.
Excuse me?
Excuse you.
Okay.
We zoom in on the funeral of one King Harald Gormson, King of Denmark and Norway.
Okay. My favorite king.
So during Harald's reign, he was actually able to unite the tribes of Denmark and Norway into a single kingdom.
Okay.
That was one thing he was most famous for. The other thing he was also famous for was his rotten tooth that was dark colored, practically blue. This got him his nickname, Harold Bluetooth Gormson.
Oh, the hairy Bluetooth Gormson.
So now we're going to time travel back to the late 1990s.
Oh, God.
1,000 years later. Intel, Ericsson, and Nokia are working on this new short-range technology. Crazy. So this tech, as we know, is supposed to show the connectivity and collaboration between different products and industries. See where we're going with this?
There it is.
So inspired by conversations with Sven Madison about Scandinavian history, Jim Kardak of Intel proposed the idea Bluetooth as the code name for this project.
Got it.
So while they're filing for patents and like passing emails back and forth, whatever,
right,
we're going to call it Bluetooth, so no one can get a hint as to what we're working on.
Sure.
Kardak was quoted as saying, "King Harald Bluetooth was famous for uniting Scandinavia, just as we intended to unite the PC and cellular industries with a short-range wireless link." End quote. It was only intended for this group as a placeholder until the marketing team could come up with something way cooler than Bluetooth. Which,
sure.
I don't know, Bluetooth is pretty badass.
Pretty cool.
So when it came to pick a real name, it was narrowed down to two boring-ass choices. Radio wire or PAN, which, as we know, personal area networking.
You can't do PAN.
No, you can't. Because
copyright.
PAN, PAN, while it was their actual first choice for this technology, if you searched for it on the internet or in the patents offices, there was already thousands of hits across the World Wide Web for PAN.
Yeah.
Even just the personal area networking, like that's so common for people. So it's like, how can we trademark this? How can we market that? So then they were like, well, I guess we'll go with radio wire.
Yikes.
But research into the trademark of radio wire was taking too long and couldn't be finished in time for launch of this new technology. So they're like, well, I guess we have to go with Bluetooth. We're just going to roll out with Bluetooth. And the name Bluetooth became so popular and spread so quickly that they couldn't do anything about it. Like they couldn't change it in time. And it just eventually became synonymous with short-range wireless technology.
That's crazy.
Right? And so from there, the symbol for Bluetooth that we all know is actually the initials of King Harald Bluetooth. They merged the two runes. It's a specific type of rune.
Okay.
That they were writing and using back then. So they merged the two runes for H, Hagal, and B, Bjarken, to make the logo.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's really cool. What a like happenstance like naming of this technology.
Right? They just happened to talking about Scandinavian history, like just some Scandinavian people talking about history, and we're like, oh, that guy's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
We'll call this project Bluetooth.
What I think is hysterical is that like I feel like at least with us or like within society, Bluetooth became so popular not because of like connectivity, but because like the headsets.
Yeah.
Like when people had like Bluetooth, like that one-eared kind of obnoxious, the little blue light was like blinking and all of that. Like that became what Bluetooth was.
Yeah.
And then like slowly people started to learn like, oh,
it
actually does more than that.
Yeah. I mean, I always remember my mom, like we'd be shopping at like Kohl's or something like that. And she'd see someone talking and like they'd be facing one way and be like, who's that person talking to? And then like they turn and show off like their Bluetooth headset, and you're like, I thought they were crazy talking to themselves over there and just talking on the headset.
What a commercial.
Right?
That sounds exactly like a marketing campaign for them. Hysterical. Yeah. Who's that person talking to?
Right.
It's Bluetooth.
Yeah, it's Bluetooth.
Amazing.
And I think it's become such just a everyday, it's just one of those everyday pieces of technology that we all just kind of take for granted. I mean, you have maybe too many things that are connected to your Bluetooth, like your fridge. Sure. I love my grill thermometer, but does that need to be attached to Bluetooth?
No,
but it's great.
AirDrop is Bluetooth, correct?
I believe so. I mean, it would.
I would assume.
I'd assume it uses the same, because I don't think you need to be connected to the Wi-Fi to AirDrop. I don't use Apple products, so I don't know.
You don't, because like I can AirDrop it to anyone who has their AirDrop on.
Okay.
And like, but even like Android has like the tap to like exchange information and things like that. Like I assume that's Bluetooth.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different ways to connect with different devices, either over your mobile data network, Wi-Fi, or Bluetooth.
Okay.
You're exchanging data all of those ways.
Yeah, I mean, Bluetooth is great.
Yeah.
I think they're just continuing to expand like how they grow the technology, right?
Yeah. They're learning better and stronger connections.
Got it.
Between devices and faster data rate transfers as well.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait till it's also like, and I don't know if this has anything to do with Bluetooth, and maybe not. But like, you know, when they do like James Bond and they're all looking at like the table, and they like throw screens onto other like screens on the wall and stuff.
That's going to be augmented reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want that now.
Okay. I want to go back and answer your question about what technology is going to make me go, wow.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be any type of like chip or some type of technology implanted in a human.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. I know. So our old pal Elon has like tested some chips on chimps or something like that, and it hasn't gone well.
I wonder why.
Yeah. But I think that's going to be like, whoa, okay,
I'm gonna hate that Black Mirror episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a little much. That's like there's this show called 5 Years, Our 5 Years, something of that nature. It was a BBC show, but I think it's on HBO. But at one point, their daughter starts to integrate technology into her body, and so she like her hands can just type without a keyboard because like the integration of like wiring and like computer, like
that's pretty cool
in her.
Yeah. And
it's like this whole, even like society, they talk about the societal clash of like people wanting to like meld robot with human and like the morality of that and the whatever. And so that's cool. And I could see that being a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to talk more about it, but this episode needs to end anyway. 'Cause like there's a whole like genre of cyberpunk.
Oh, okay.
Which I love. And it's really fucking cool. There's also, anyway, I'm going to stop there. But it's something about integrating technology and all this stuff into the human body. So, like, what are you becoming?
Tell the folks where they can find us, Devin.
Thanks for listening to me talk about Bluetooth. If you want to connect with us, just like Bluetooth devices. That was fucking solid.
That was awful.
That was solid. You can connect with us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at whatdoyouknow_podcast. And on X, formerly Twitter, you can connect with us at WDYK_podcast.
You're really doubling down on the whole connect thing, huh?
Yeah, my whole episode was about connecting.
Yeah,
I'm trying to connect with our audience.
On the nose. A little too on the nose.
Well, I got a big nose.
All right, everyone. Let us know what you want to hear about. Let us comment, subscribe, like, do all the things. And we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Devin.